Hello, beautiful twins. This is Crystal Rose Insights here with a reading for the Divine Masculine in advance of the 11:11 portal that's happening tomorrow. This is Friday evening in the United States, and wanted to do a reading and see what the energies are coming up for the Divine Masculine. So, I'm going to be breaking this video up into a few parts because I've been having challenges uploading longer videos, so I'm going to be breaking this one up probably into 3 different parts. But this is going to be the energies of the Divine Masculine. I'm using the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid. So we're going to see what's happening right now with the Divine Masculine on the eve of this 11:11 portal. What is important for us to know for the highest good of all. I've already called in the archangels and specifically Michael and Raphael to help facilitate the clearest messages for everyone that's listening. And no matter when this is that you're listening, the messages will be appropriate for you, as time is an illusion and the messages will come as they need. So messages for the divine, about the Divine Masculine, please. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Water. So the Three of Water is obviously about emotions and about celebration. Wanting to go out and really celebrate life and have a good time and get together with friends and just enjoy life. I think that's a really important theme for the Divine Masculine, because I think they've been really going through a lot of heavy things here recently, as has the Divine Feminine, but they've really been doing their work. So this is kind of an overall theme for the Divine Masculine going into this 11:11 portal is celebration. Really this is an opportunity to enjoy life. So I'm going to leave this card right here. So the first card I'm going to pull is the overall energy of the Divine Masculine. And here we have the Nine of Air. And I don't read reversals in this deck because this is a deck infused with light and it's intended to not have reversals read. And I like to stay with the spirit of the deck. So this is the overall energy of the Divine Masculine, the Nine of Air. The second card is going to be, this is how they are in the 3D right now. What's their energy in the 3D, which is the Nine of Earth. And where are they in the 5D? And that is the Strength card. So their higher self is Major Arcana, the Strength card. And what do they want the Divine Feminine to know right now? And that is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So I'm going to read these and then I'm going to pull an advice card from another deck. But let's get into these cards here at the moment. So the Nine of Air, this is nearing completion of a cycle. Air is the equivalent to swords in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. And the Nine of Air is really about thinking, a lot of thinking. And we're kind of nearing the end of that. So the overall energy is that the Divine Masculine is kind of coming to the end of the cycle of overthinking things. And the Divine Masculine is really needing to, the journey of the Divine Masculine is to get out of the ego and into the heart. Actually, the twins, the twin journey is all about how we get out of fear and ego and into love and our heart space. So this is about the Divine Masculine really needing to exercise self-compassion and, shifting, negative self-talk into, shifting out of the ego and into the heart. That's the simplest way to say it. So this is that, having compassion for yourself and your journey. I think a lot of Divine Masculines can be very hard on themselves. And of course, this is mirroring the Divine Feminine as well. But specifically the divine masculine, I think they've been very hard on themselves. And this is because the journey to the union of the twin flames is obviously to be able to practice self-love and self-compassion. So that's a beautiful overall theme for the divine masculine going into this portal. So I love that. So the next card is the 9 of Earth. And this is, again, another 9, which is about nearing a completion of a cycle. And this, of course, the Earth is the Pentacles in traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. And this is about self-reliance and being able to be very stable and having a strong foundation. You know, this is also about, in the 3D, they're really working very hard on creating that stable foundation so that they can provide the beautiful life for their union with their divine feminine. In fact, it's interesting because, you know, here's this woman, she's got a mask on her face and she's holding a flower, which is pretty magical. It's kind of got a bunch of sparkles around it. I don't know if you can see from the artwork. And she's cloaked and her crown chakra is covered, but she's surrounded by the pentacles. And so he's really wanting to shower her so she doesn't have to worry about this herself. So the divine masculine's in the physical. Right now, the energy is really high to being able to create that stability, that place of being worthy for the divine feminine, for union. And I think this is something that's been top of mind for a lot of divine masculines. So where are they in their higher self? And we get the Strength card, a major arcana. This is amazing. So 2 of the 4 cards here are major arcanas and 2 of the 4 are 9s, which is pretty amazing. So the Strength card here, you see the lion, he's kind of tired. He's roaring, but he's got his eyes closed and he's kind of worn out. And his higher self, this to me is so beautiful because you can almost see this is almost like the divine feminine here is helping him and supporting him in being strong. So and up here in the corner, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to look a little closely. I don't know if those are apples or roses or pomegranates, but there's some sort of fruit up here, and it's shining light down on the 2 of them. But, you know, he's weary from his battle. He just looks like, oh gosh, I'm so over it. And she's just quietly standing behind him, letting him take the lead, but letting him know that she's there and they are a team together. So that his higher self knows that she's there with him, and he's weary from the journey and weary from the battle, but they're there together as a team. So to me, this is such a beautiful, beautiful card for twin flames, if you ask me. My gosh. So this card coming up, and it's again, it's the 8 card as well, which obviously the 8 turned to the side is the infinity symbol, which I always take as a twin flame sign. So his higher self knows that you're there and that you're a team, and which is the ultimate in this twin flame journey. And lastly, what does he want the divine feminine to know? And he's getting the Wheel of Fortune. So he wants her to know that he's moving through his cycles of destiny and karma, and that good things are coming. And again, a major arcana, which is the 10. It's a 10, which is a completion card. So he's been real. This is signaling to me that he wants the divine feminine to know that he's nearing the end of this cycle of a lot of this really deep work, and that he's kind of close to where he's thinking of union and ready to actually make a move, but he's just finishing up his really, really deep work. So he's not quite ready. However, he wants her to know that destiny and karma are at play here. And I mean, look at the Wheel of Fortune, and the heart is directly above it. I mean, that's just so poignant to me. And, you know, this is really funny thing about this card. So you see there's a little head here. It's a man, his face on the clock of the Fortune's wheel. and he's kind of at around 8 o'clock, if that was actually a clock. And he's just saying, you know, I'm on my way. It's almost there. We're almost at the, you know, we're almost where destiny and fortune will come for us. So, I love that. And I'm actually going to read here, a couple messages. So for the strength card, I'm just looking up the, if there's any additional meanings here, which is destiny meets synchronicity. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was just saying, right? It was that this is a card of karma always to me, the Wheel of Fortune, and that it's almost time for everything to be in divine timing. So that's what he wants you to know, is it's in its divine timing, it's in progress. He's kind of rounding up to midnight. So there are going to be meaningful coincidences, and, you know, this is about trusting your co-creative partnership with spirit. Okay, so now what I want to do is pull a couple advice cards, a couple other messages regarding the divine masculine. And I'm going to ask Archangel Michael. Here, I'm going to use Archangel Michael cards. Please, Michael, would you share with us some advice? Okay, hello, advice. Advice for the divine masculine. I don't know if you saw that. Completely flew out. The situation is already resolved. And, you know, here's Michael, and he's just flying up in all of his strength, holding, it looks like a young child who's just surrendering to his strength, and give any worries, cares, and concerns for true peace. The situation is already resolved, so there's nothing he needs to really do. It's goes right here with the Wheel of Fortune, that this is karma and destiny and fate. Okay, sorry. I am still so new at doing these. I'm sure my cards are not showing perfectly on the video, but all right, Michael, thank you for that message. And I'm going to pull one other card from the Romance Angels for the divine masculine, please. Final parting advice from the Romance Angels about the divine masculine coming into this 11/11 portal in November 2017. One message, please, from the Romance Angels for the divine masculine. Retreat. Time to disconnect. Yeah, this is what he's been doing. And they're encouraging him to continue to do his work. Time to disconnect from the world. Time to connect with his divine feminine in the higher realms, and in the 5D. You know, he's doing his work in the in 5D and 3D, and they're not quite in union yet, but he's yearning for union, and it's on its way. And that is a beautiful reading for the divine masculine. Okay, so I'm going to put some information in the description box if you want any additional information, you want private reading, and of course always like, comment, and share. I would love to hear from you guys, and until the next video, in abundant love always.